Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and today I'm back with another smaller update video for Vindictus in a different style. So, there's not a whole lot new stuff on EU to talk about. That's why I'm actually doing something that I've never done before, because I never knew if people would be interested. So please let me know down below in the comments this time for real, if you like it, if you want more of this, or if it's just something that you don't really care about since it's so far into the future. So with that being said, there's one new event actually to talk about, and I kind of want to apologize because I forgot about it. Like actually, it's one of those events they posted 2 weeks ago when Leafer released, and that's just went live this Tuesday on August 4th. So I'm gonna cover this, and then I'm gonna briefly mention some of the new stuff on the Korean server. There's way more to talk about, so as I said, if you're interested, I can do a follow-up video talking about new and more stuff that's on its way. However, let me start with the event that actually went live for us right now, and it's the Round and Round Dice event. And basically, you can open up the menu right here. And you've seen the interface if you played Vindictus before. Just to let you know how to get the dice this time around, it's by doing raids. Any raids from Dulahan to Aodan, I think even Royal Army raids count this time around. Like, it's super easy, and you can get 35 of them per week. Meaning, you can either grind them out on one day, or getting 5 raids done per day will get you all of the dice during a week. It's pretty straightforward, as always, right? You just roll the dice, and then you move according to whatever you rolled. And this is actually a really good event. Like, I would like to make use of it on my Lether. However, as I said, for the Lether series, I'm not gonna do it because I just wanna use as few events as possible. And that's actually one that I can avoid. For these B tier rewards, which is the most likely one to get usually, you get 1 guaranteed new Era Remnant, which I think they're kind of useless, so it's whatever. And you get a random material out of Godly Iron Ore, Godly Cloth, and Heavenly Leather, which you probably know are either used for accessory enhancements or to synthesize your first exterior weapon. So it's an event that will get you started on a new character, and it's like really good for new characters. Like really good for new characters. I had to say it twice, yes. The B tier reward is what I landed on. It's just basically a temporary buff that either gives you attack balance or crit. Again, for like late game players, nobody really cares. For new players, they can use these stats to unlock the next higher tier of raid. So I guess it's cool, yeah. And then for the A tier reward, I think it's whatever. I think it's kind of weird how the A tier reward is what I would like to not get, because potions, merc potions, fatigue potions, all of these are, I don't really need them. I would rather see like something better in there. But talking about better, yeah, I think it's fine for this box to not be so good, because if you pass the goal line, you get a 4th box, like every time guaranteed, that either contains steals, enhancement rune, enchantment rune, and there's like 1 trash loot in there. But you have the potential of getting like really good stuff, especially the runes. They are unstable, but they're still really good. So the event overall is a big win. And especially since you don't really have to do anything beyond what you're already doing, which are raids, right? So I kind of like it. Okay, so now for the second part of the video, let's talk about something that's on the Korean server and will make its way eventually to the EU and NA version. It was just put onto Korea, I think like late June or early July, I can't quite remember. However, do not expect this to make its way to EU and NA before like November, December this year. If you watched one of my streams recently, you might have already heard about it, because it actually got me kind of depressed almost, because it's a change it's good for the majority of the player base. However, there's very few people like myself that do not benefit off of it. I'll get you through all of it. They basically change the AD scaling of armors and weapons. Armors are not as affected. I will show stats of everything I'm talking about, by the way, here on screen right now. Armors are only affected in the high enhancements. 17, 18, 20. All of those levels will have their AD reduced. It's not a big amount actually, and not really many people have 17 plus, but still. They're trying to tune down the potential damage. And this theme continues on weapons. If you take a look right here at the weapons, 17, 18, 20, and 19, I forgot what, all got their AD reduced, this time big time. Like if you take a look at the plus 20, it almost lost half of its AD. When I first saw these changes, I was almost certain that yes, okay, there's gonna be a way to get to higher enhancements more guaranteed. Because if you know right now, the way enhancing works is you get your plus 15 by reforging, and then you have one shot, one opportunity, one dream, one whatever it is to go higher, right? And let's be honest, most people fail, right? Most people are stuck on plus 15, only very few people get 16, and I think on EU there's only like really actually 2 people that got a plus 17. As you can see, plus 16 is the only unchanged level in terms of AD, and that's actually the reason why I thought plus 16 might be the new reforge limit, that you can get a plus 16 guaranteed. However, as of me making this video, as of these changes being live for over a month on the Korean server, there are no announcements to any of this being true. So I think they legit just nerfed high enhancement levels just for the sake of nerfing them. However, with the nerf of high enhancements, there's a buff for low enhancements, as you can see on the bottom table of this sheet. Every enhancement level of plus 15 and lower will have its AD increased. I think that's a pretty good change because it makes it so lower level enhancements are not super useless. Like, it's really helpful for newer players to get into the game. And if you take a look at the plus 15, for example, now, which is what most people have after some time of playing the game, you'll see that the AD goes up from 3k to 3.4k, which is a huge boost for free. Like, after the patch happens, you will literally log into a weapon that has 400 more AD than your current one, if you are owning a plus 15 weapon right now. And that's basically what got me, in my very specific situation, really depressed, because as most of you guys know, I am fortunate enough to have a plus 16 weapon right now, and these changes are basically a nerf to plus 16, to plus 17 weapons. Yes, plus 16 is not directly affected, like, I don't lose any stats like plus 17 do, however, everybody else is getting more stats. So, on an overall scale, my power level doesn't increase, while everybody else's power level increases, right? Before, getting the 15 to 16 enhancement succeeded gave you 750 AD. After these changes, it's only going to be 350 AD. It's a really good change to alleviate some of the RNG the game has, because 15 to 16 has like a 14%, and it was such a huge power spike. So I can really understand how it makes sense. I can really understand how they do not want to have such a big power spike behind such a big RNG. And I think it's a really great change for like 99% of the player base. Just for myself, I had the hardest time to accept these changes. However, there's one more last thing that I actually need to mention, and it's again for newer players that do not have their plus 15 weapon yet. And it's partial enhancement stats. As you know, right now, if you fail the enhancement of your weapon, like, you failed, you don't get anything, and you feel bad about it. However, there's going to be a system in place where even if you fail, you get a percentage of the stats you would have obtained in case you would have succeeded. Let me give you some numbers example. Imagine the upgrade from 10 to 11 gives you 100 AD, but you failed it, so you get 10% of the stats, which is basically 10 AD anyway. Even though you failed, you'll get 10 of the 100 AD. This fail stack, or this boost, stacks up all the way to 60%, like if you fail consecutive times, of what the upgrade would be. And then obviously if you succeed the upgrade, you will get whatever is left that you didn't fail stack yet. I think it's a really, really good change because it will not ever leave the player with this really bad feeling of having failed. If you played Vindictus, if you grinded 2 weeks just to try and reforge your weapon once, you know what I'm talking about, right? It really is not a great feeling. Grinding for 2 weeks, then having the weapon blow up in your face, and the game telling you, basically, you wasted 2 weeks of your time, right? That's not gonna happen anymore. It's not gonna be, like, they didn't increase the enhancement rates or whatever, but you'll at least get, like, something out of it, right? And as I said, I think it's a great way of getting players not super discouraged, especially with the AD changes, since lower level weapons will now have more AD. That also means this percentage boost that you get is more impactful than it would have been beforehand. So both of these changes combined make for a really improved experience when it comes to enhancing your weapon. Alright guys, that's actually already it for today. As I said previously, there's way more updates on the Korean servers already that I could talk about in such a style as today. So if you want to hear about it, definitely let me know down below in the comments so I could make another video about it. But if not, that's fine. I just wish you have a great day and I'll talk to you in the next. Bye!